have a Yahoo here that was sent in by the prospector Merritt Palmer. It is from an anonymous Yahoo Answers user, who I'm gonna say their name is Gerald Me. It's like Jeremy and Gerald, but they fused like in Dragon Ball Z.
I thought it was like a catchphrase where you'd say like Gerald Me.
Oh, Gerald Me asks,
hit me with that, Gerald.
I prank called Apple and Microsoft. Will they ever answer my calls again for when I really need them? Additional details: any non-serious answers will be reported for japery, and that's actually there's a drop down there. And you can click. This one's they're cutting up too much in this one. Please,
I'm going to change my Twitter bio to that.
Any non-serious answers will be reported.
If I ask a question on Twitter and give me a non-serious answer, you will be reported.
That's pretty good. So I prank called Apple and Microsoft. It was very, very funny. I called them and said that, my phone started to cuss at my parents in the middle of the night or something funny like that. And then, but now my phone has started to get very, very hot, and it's only getting hotter. And I don't think they're going to take my calls. Is that a concern?
Well, it's especially bad if you're like, oh, yeah, my phone started farting all the time. And then your phone does start farting all the time?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because there's no way. Because then you're the person who cried fart. And no one's ever going to believe that.
Wouldn't be surprised if that did start happening with all of these Crapple devices. Android for life. I love them. I love this little alien guy. And I can play all my emulators on them. I am worried that Apple and Microsoft are going to take my calls.
Well, especially when you're just calling to chat. You know what I mean?
I just need to talk to
anybody.
Someone. That's the bigger concern at this point is I'll call Microsoft and be like, oh, hey, Clippy died. And then they'll be like, oh, this again? I'll be like, yeah, I know. I called you yesterday to talk about Survivor, but Clippy is dead, and I need to download him again. So where does he come from? Where did I get Clippy first? And can I visit that website a second time?
This is why we need Bonzi Buddy more than ever to try to fill that gap, but he's nowhere to be found. I would love to talk to Bonzi Buddy right now.
I miss Clippy.
We're our nation's chat robots during this time.
Thank you.
Could you chat with people online somewhere? Like, is there not chat online? But I know people are doing that. Don't get me wrong. But people who
where?
If you go to chatroom.com.
Oh,
yeah.
This is very NSFW.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, I just
threw that address out there. Is it bad?
Let's see. Hold on. Let me look.
My computer stopped responding.
I just bought a silencer for a rifle. I don't even know how I did that.
Don't go to that website. I don't know what just happened, but it was bad.
What is this
podcast?
Yes,
Travis. I said no.
But it says attackers might be trying to steal my information.
No, don't go to that website.
But now I have to get in.
No, you have to get out.
I have to, Justin. You know what? I'm going to take the risk. Let's go in. Oh, no.
No,
I'm being pulled into the screen.
Now he's in a reboot situation. Captain N, the Game Master. My brother is Captain N.
It is me, the real Travis.
I don't think
Can we just stick to one fucking topic for a second?
This is feeling loosey-goosey this episode. I like it.
Microsoft and Apple won't take their calls because they did too many prank calls.
Yeah.
Microsoft and Apple are my friends.
You guys ever have
I'm trying to pretend to be computer brother.
No, we did that one. It was good.
But I feel like we didn't live in it long enough, How are we going to get the next big thing? And
did you guys ever have prank calls that had real world repercussions that you didn't expect?
I've never prank called anyone in my entire life.
Come on.
I have. I would be so I have a very distinct voice, Justin McElroy.
Oh, sure. Everybody recognizes you from podcasts.
Right. I mean, but I've never done it. I've always been, let's put the tiger on the table and yell at it. A scared little dork. And I was too scared to do. I was afraid I would call and they would say, I'm an adult and you're a kid and now I'm mad at you, and I would just have to live in that moment forever.
All the dorms at Marshall had landlines back when I was in college, and they all had some variety. I mean, you could guess the numbers because they were all very small variations on each other. So we would call dorms and do this is not particularly funny, but we would do radio call-in contests and have them do trivia and stuff like that and guess the thing and they get a prize. And for some reason, some people got really upset about it and started putting signs up in the dorm warning people, if you get a call from Rod and Todd in the mornings, they are not real DJs, and you should not disclose any personal information to them. And I never wanted it to go that far, ever, never. That's not what Rod and Todd are about, honestly. No. It's supposed to be a fun time for your morning commute.
It wasn't about fishing for information.
Thank you.
One time I prank called Daniel Whitney. He's a comedian. And I called him, and like my thing back then was I did this character where I talk like this, hey, and then I would say sometimes like I would say something offensive, and then I would be like, get her done, and he stole it and started calling himself Larry the Cable Guy.
Whoa,
and that could have been, guys, that could have been me. But I prank called him and did the get her done thing, and he just fucking stole it. And now he's Larry the Cable Guy, and he's in Cars 1, 2, and 3. So
that could have been you, Griffin.
It could have been me sliding doors. His real name's Daniel Whitney.
Awesome.
Hey, let's all go to Larry the Cable Guy's great stand-up comedy sets and just yell like, "That was a good one, Daniel. Great joke, Danny."
Take off the grease paint and show us your real face.
If anybody's still doing sets right now, it's Larry the Cable Guy. I wonder what he is up to. I'm gonna check on.
I wonder
him.
if he's doing any like Zoom sets. Like buy a ticket and you can watch.
Oh, I bet his background game is fucking on point. So funny.
It's good.
It looks like he's in the news 4 days ago on how the current comedy landscape, quote, sucks. Second quote, grow a set and get over it. So I think he's probably doing all right.
He's doing it. The very first line on his webpage is Larry the Cable Guy is back to get her done. So apparently he stopped doing that one for a while, and he's like dipped back in.
I can't wait. Do you think that they'll put on his tombstone like got her done?
He'll never die.